What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Although it feels like an age ago, it was only a month ago when Tom Holland was still on the press junket for Spider-Man No Way Home, saying stuff like, if I'm still playing Spider-Man by the time I'm 30, I've done it wrong, maybe it's time for me to move on. I'd love to see Miles Morales in the MCU, etc. But with its success in his most recent thank you to the fans via an official Sony release, he said he hoped to do it again and again and again, echoing what producer Amy Pascal had said just weeks before that. If she had anything to do with it, he'd be playing Spider-Man for a long time. Well, now we've got an industry insider update behind the scenes, and it is all good news for those of you who want to continue to see Tom Holland in the Spider-Man suit. We're breaking down exactly what they're saying is going on there and speculate just a little bit about what this news could mean, just how long Tom Holland will be playing Spider-Man in the MCU. We're going to reference some old industry insider exclusives here at the channel from years ago to annotate that. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content here at this channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, reviews, and watch parties to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, consider hitting the sub button, leaving a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you for all our giveaways, including our next PS5, which we're headlong into. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so today's update comes from everybody's favorite anonymous Twitter scoopster and industry insider, My Time to Shine Hello on Twitter, a great follow. If you're not familiar with who this is, he's provided a ton of information about what's going on at Marvel Studios behind the scenes and, of course, specifics about Spider-Man No Way Home. That's why we're giving him a lot of reverence here going into the new year. He tweeted out less than 12 hours ago, quote, Tom Holland is making the deal of his life, insinuating that whatever's going on right now behind the scenes for his contract extension is going to be absolutely insane, maybe the biggest we've ever seen out of Sony and Marvel Studios. Now, as given his contract, No Way Home was the last film. There's one other crossover appearance left for him. A lot of people are pointing to Morbius, Craven, not the next Venom film, as that supposedly would be part of an extension, but originally here on the channel all the way back in 2020, so almost a full 2 years ago, industry insider and friend of the channel, Mikey Sutton, the editor over at Geekosity, talked about possible plans in the future between Sony and Marvel. This was on the heels of their re-agreement in late 2019, and went on to say that after the initial trilogy that we just completed with Spider-Man No Way Home, that Sony and Marvel would look to do 2 more trilogies, following one in high school we've already seen, the next in college, and then eventually Peter Parker as an adult. 3 trilogies, 9 movies, plus all the crossovers. Well, we're only 3 deep, which means this extension that My Time to Shine Hello is referring to as the deal of his life may include at least 3, if not 6 more Spider-Man films, so 2 trilogies, plus all of the adjacent crossovers, which are sure to include things like Secret Wars, Avengers 5, Venom, Morbius, and especially Kraven the Hunter with Aaron Taylor Johnson that's set to start filming the end of this year or the middle of this year, maybe even presumably released in the next 24 months. All of these films, all the plans for Sony with all of these adjacent villain stories, an eventual modern-day Sinister Six, all of the adjacent storylines for Marvel that aren't Spider-Man directly related, there are so many movies they're going to want him to be in, both in the MCU and Sony and for other projects. I literally can't count. So if this ends up being like a 12 or 15 picture deal, you can imagine what the dollars are going to look like. And I actually don't even want to speculate. Don't even want to speculate because I assume that when and if the details of this contract are ever revealed, it is going to look like the most lucrative Hollywood contract that may have ever been signed. And for someone like Tom Holland, who very publicly has designs on being James Bond, maybe doesn't want to be Spider-Man for the rest of his life, this deal is going to look to make sure that he definitely is, no matter what else he does. And you guys know with all the constraints and commitments that it takes to be a part of the MCU, it makes being a main character in any other sort of trilogy not possible. You guys went a long way in pointing out something to me, and you know, I'm always willing to admit when I'm wrong. I said Tom Holland may have a hard time breaking the typecast of Spider-Man. We may just always see Peter Parker no matter what role he plays, and on top of that, it's going to be hard for him to ever be another iconic character like James Bond. A lot of you pointed out that there were actors in history, maybe even like Harrison Ford, who were able to be Han Solo and were able to be Indiana Jones without them sort of conflating. You can see one of those characters without seeing the other. And you know what? Tom Holland is a great actor, and I don't want to say that his future is written, but I will say, seeing the trailer for Uncharted, all I saw was Peter Parker. And I think that, you know, for an actor who's as intelligent as he is, he's aware that there's sort of, you know, With one side of the coin comes the other. Yes, he's Peter Parker, but that's also, of course, taking up a huge part of his career in typecast. But man, could be way worse, Tom. Could be way worse. And for us fans who love you as Spider-Man, this is great news and seems to make good on Mikey Sutton's original scoop, again, that's going all the way back to late 2019, early 2020, that Marvel and Sony had all of these trilogies, at least in talks, already planned out, and then this deal that he's about to get for an extension would be the fruition of that, locking him in for all of those plans. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in full. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of them. And no, I don't think that this comes at the expense of seeing Tobey and Andrew on the silver screen, either in Secret Wars, Marvel Sony crossovers, or even in extensions of their own films, if we're ever going to get that amazing Spider-Man 3, or maybe even Spider-Man 4 with Sam Raimi. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away PS5s, and we're doing it every 20,000 subscribers, all the way up to 1 million. So if that sort of thing is for you, you know, winning PS5s, you know, regardless of the fact that we do Marvel content and cover all the breaking stuff, you know, forget that. If you just want to win PS5s, it's easy. All the same rules will always apply for the giveaways too. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos in the same segment we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been you got to hit that notification bell, and then you have to choose all notifications on, because man, who knows with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. Now, as I'm going to say in a ton of videos this year, and usually they don't count. If you're already listening in the 6:40 minute of this video, this probably doesn't apply to you. But my analytics here on YouTube, well, they've gotten sharper every year. YouTube keeps giving us more and more access to what's going on the platform. And it shows me that there is a large percentage of you who watch tens and hundreds of videos and have been watching me for years, but don't hit the subscribe button. As I've said in the past, I'm not going to shame you into doing that. You don't have to hit the subscribe button. I'm also not going to take it personally. If you don't subscribe to channels, I get it. But if you've watched, say, maybe 10 or more videos of mine, if you enjoy this channel and you're going to come back and watch more, I'm trying to hit that 1 million subscribe plaque. I haven't gotten excited about it until I broke 900,000 subscribers. In fact, this entire YouTube thing came out of left field for me. But now that I'm almost there, I'm super hyped. So if you're one of those people, if you've watched me for a while, I've been doing this for 4 years, and you haven't subbed yet, no worries, it's all good. This is just my decent informant, please. Is informant even a word? I implore you. Just hit the sub button. What are you doing? Tens and hundreds of videos, just... or not, you know what, or not, whatever, I'll see you tomorrow, no big deal. Guys, let me know all your thoughts, as always, in the comments, though. Tom Holland, how long do you want him for? How many movies do you think this is going to be? And of course, how much money do you think they're going to pony up? I'll try to react as many as I can. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.